All right, 1.2. I'm not going to really use the PowerPoint. I'm going to on my own. So I'm just going to do a white screen, and I'm going to do a lot of writing. So the 1.2 is all about classifying data. Of course, you can't see that. There are two main classifications, and it's going to split this 50-50. Really going to split the whole thing. Down. There it is. Right down. Again, best I can. So we have over here qualitative. Data. All right, so that's one of the main types of data. Over here, quantitative. Data. All right. Now, qualitative data. Again, sorry for the really bad handwriting. I'm doing this. I wish I should take a screen I'm writing on because it's not even a screen. It's a flat board. I don't have money. I'm a high school teacher, so I'm having to do this on just a little sensor board, and it's not easy. And besides, my handwriting's terrible to begin with, so 2 for 2, worst case scenario. Anyway, qualitative data, quantitative data. Another word for qualitative would be categorical. Okay, it separates data into categories. So separates into distinct categories. Check that. Okay, you guys will figure out the spelling. Okay, you can please be better than that. It's 11 o'clock right now, so all right, so distinct categories. All right, now that's the main part of qualitative data. Okay, stuff examples would be race, gender. Okay, if we're talking about potato chips like earlier, flavor. All right. If we're talking about animals breed, okay, like dog breeds. I mean, basically anything that can say, well, this individual belongs in this group and this individual belongs in that group. So it separates into categories, and that's all qualitative data does. Quantitative data is numerical. It has to be numerical, otherwise it's not quantitative. There are some quantitative data that is not numerical. I mean, even though it's numerical, it's not considered quantitative because the number has to have meaning. And number has, let's say, the word I'm looking for, arithmetic properties, I guess. So meaning or value. Okay. For example, like your social security number, it has a meaning, but it's not a value. Your home address, it has a meaning, but it's not a value. Okay. Those are numbers that actually don't, their number doesn't represent a specific value. So those would not be considered quantitative data. Those technically would be considered qualitative data because it separates you into categories. But that's neither here nor there. So that's the two main distinctions. That's the first thing you're going to have to do is say, is this just a category or are these numbers? Okay, so they're going to ask you, going through this, categories or is this numbers? That's the main distinction. Now, once we get through this, we have something called let me see, called let me Okay, this is best way to say it. All right, so back here, my next little section here. So this is the main part. Let's. This is number 1. Number 1, main part. All right, quantitative or qualitative. First choice. Once you pick that, you have type of data. Okay, so type. Now, qualitative is always neither. The word we're going to use, neither continuous nor discrete. Data. Now, quantitative will either be discrete, an I there. I think there's an I there. Or continuous. Now, the big thing about this right here, again, once you choose qualitative data, your next choice is neither continuous nor discrete. No option. Qualitative data can never be continuous because these are numbers. Discrete, another word for discrete. Let's do that again. Just notes. Another discrete is counted. Continuous is measured. Now, a really good giveaway for discrete is they use the word the number of. So, number of people who watch this video, the number of people who get their homework done, number of people who are continuing their education. So those are all discrete data because they're counted. Okay, the number of cars in your garage, number of TVs in your home, number of children you have. Discrete data, they are counted. But continuous data is measured. Okay, so it has a unit of measurement. What I mean by unit of measurement would be like miles per gallon, inches, feet, pounds, metric, meters, kilograms. Okay, these are all units of measurement. They have to be measured in some way. Okay, so that is the difference between discrete and continuous. Again, it can only be quantitative because these are numbered. Counted is numbered, measured is numbered. The qualitative data is neither continuous nor discrete. All right, that's part 2. Okay, part 2. Now, part 3 is the level. The level. Part 3. And that's it, the 3 parts. Now, again, just like qualitative data, there's only one answer for the type of data. It's neither. There are 2 answers for the level. It is either ordinal or, no, let's do that in a different order. Do nominal. Nominal, or it is ordinal. So keep in mind, qualitative data is either one of these. So you can't choose qualitative data and something over here. Okay, you can't choose qualitative, continuous, or discrete. You can't choose qualitative and something over here. Not how that works. Just like with quantitative, you cannot have ordinal quantitative data. It's not possible. So that's why this first decision is most important, because it's going to dictate, or at least give you a 50-50 shot for the rest of the questions. Okay. Now, nominal data, there is red to keep going. There is no order or ranking. Okay. Again, just like there is gender, race, can't think of something else here. Gender, race, and just thinking people, it's easy. Eye color, hair color, Okay, there's rank, there's order. I mean, you put those in different categories, but there's no order, there's no ranking to any of them. Okay, now ordinal is the opposite of that. Ordinal has order or ranking. Okay, so for example, if you were to rate your professor as bad, fair, or good, okay, or even rate them 1 to 5, or 1 is bad and 5 is excellent, okay, stuff like that. That's an order to it. Those are ordered, okay. If you were to pick your favorite pizza toppings, okay, from your number 1 choice, number 2 choice, and number 3 choice, if you were to rank your favorite again, I just said rank, okay, there's a ranking to that. So again, the difference between nominal and ordinal. Nominal, there's no specific ranking or order to them. It doesn't matter what order you put them in, okay? But ordinal, there is an order to them. For example, let's say high school students. There is a separation of high school students by what year they are. So they're freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. There is a ranking to that. There's an order to it. So, yeah, that would be ordinal data. Now, with quantitative data, we have interval and we have ratio. I'm going to put ratio really big because 99%, let's say 97% of the time, it's ratio. Okay, that's going to be your really go-to choice. I'm going to give you 3 options for interval, and then I'll explain the reason why, the difference between these. You're going to have interval for 1 if it's birth year, temperature, or IQ. Those are the 3 I've ever seen on the homework, okay? But everything else is ratio. And here's the difference. Here's the explanation for them. The difference between this is interval 0 has no numerical value. 0 has no numerical value. Okay? It is a position, such as 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Doesn't mean there's no temperature. Does that equal no temperature? No, it doesn't mean no temperature. It just means it's a position. It's really cold, okay? Birth year, there's a year 0. That's the year change between BC and AD, okay? IQ, you technically can't have an IQ 0. I don't think you can have that, and that's why 0 has no meaning, because it's not possible to have an IQ 0. I think you'd have to be dead for that, okay? So again, those are the 3 times where 0 has no meaning for any of these values, okay? It's either a placeholder or a position, or it doesn't even exist. Ratio, 0 means nothing is there. 0 means nothing there. Okay? Such as if you weigh 0 pounds, that means nothing is being weighed. If you run a race in 0 minutes and 0 seconds, that means you didn't actually run the race. If you don't do your homework and you get a 0 for your homework, that means you didn't do your homework. Okay, best way example there. So 0 for homework grade. It means you didn't do your homework, or didn't start it, or maybe didn't finish it. Okay, but 0 means no value. Okay, that's the difference between interval and ratio. 0 is more a placeholder. Again, those are going to be the only 3 that I've ever seen on homework. Everything else, if it's quantitative, it's ratio, unless it's one of these. So let's look at what the rest of this PowerPoint has. Just make sure you have these notes as best you can. Okay, you're writing on paper, I'm not. Okay. Best you can, have those notes. Pause it if you need to, pause it. I'm going to move on. Screen. So the first set of questions come across be so just qualify as quantitative or qualitative. Shades of red paint, okay, shades of red paint, those are categories. That's qualitative. Rankings of the most popular paint colors for the season. Ranking is still a category, okay? They're still putting them in categories, so that's not a numerical value. So both of these are qualitative. And the amount of red primary dye, that's a number, that is quantitative. Numbers of paint choices available, that's a number, that is quantitative. So A and B are qualitative, C and D are quantitative. Then we have continuous and discrete. So temperatures, okay, that is measured in Fahrenheit, so that is continuous. The number of houses, again, I use the word the numbers of, that is discrete. So discrete, and it is I. Heights of doors, again, it doesn't say numbers, generally means it's going to be continuous. Again, that the heights is measured in units, okay, whether it's inches, whatever, centimeters. Nominal level, ordinal, again, I'm going to go through all this, interval, and ratio. So, the question is now, determine the following. Now, this is the question you're going to see most of them. This is the question that's going to be on your quiz, and they're going to be on your midterm and your final, I guarantee it. Describe this as quantitative or qualitative, then discrete, continuous, or neither, level of measurement. So, let's write this out. Number one, let's do this so I can write. So, part A. Part A, finishing times for runners in the Labor Day race. So finishing times, that's numerical, so that is quantitative, and I'm just going to put quantitative instead of qualitative. Because it is time, it is measured, so it's continuous, measured in minutes and seconds. Continuous. And then lastly, because it's not temperature, birth year, or IQ, it is ratio. That's number one, or part A. Part B, colors contained in box of crayons. Colors are qualitative. It's automatically neither. No choice there. Neither. And then is it interval or is it nominal or ordinal? There's no order ranking to colors, so it is nominal. Boiling points on the Celsius. So part C, it is numerical, so quantitative. Because it's boiling points, it is measured, which means it is continuous. And because it's temperature, like I said, temperature is interval. Okay. Top 10 spring break destinations. Those are categories, and there's a ranking to them. So because they're categories and there's destinations, it is qualitative, which means neither continuous or discrete. I want to do neighbor for some reason. And then lastly, because it's an order top 10, there is a ranking to them. It is ordinal. So let's see how we did. Number one, quantitative, continuous, ratio. 2, qualitative, neither, nominal. 3, quantitative, interval. Number 4, qualitative, neither, ordinal. That's it for 1.2. That's all you're going to have in 1.2. Okay, answering those.